Forget first class, forget the A380s. Today I'm flying on an airline that barely has a timetable to begin with. A scheduled flight got me in, but only a tiny bush plane could get me out again. Welcome to the rarest route in America, and a serious logistical nightmare. It all begins here at Boise Air Terminal here in Idaho. From here you can fly pretty much anywhere in the States. They've got flights to San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Chicago, Denver, you name it. But the airline I'm flying today doesn't go to any of those places. In fact, most days, well, it doesn't go anywhere at all. Today I'm off flying deep into these mountains that you see behind me here on an airline that you've probably not heard of before. We're going to head inside and get checked in. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I've got a flight up to Salmon today with Gem Air.
With Gem Air? Okay.
So I don't know whether I check in somewhere or...
Well, this is fine. Just make yourself comfy. The Gem Air will come and find you.
Okay, that's fine.
If I see them, I'll direct them to where you're at.
That's fine, just to let somebody know I'm here.
Popcorn if you want, cookies.
Oh, nice. Oh, this time in the morning, coffee is a good option. Thank you very much. I'll just hang around then. Thank you. Now, the airline I'm flying on today is called Gem Air. They only have one scheduled route, and that's from Salmon, Idaho, down to here in Boise. In the summer, they fly that 6-7 times a week, but in the fall, which is where we are now, and through into the winter, it's just twice a week, once on a Monday, once on a Friday. I actually have genuinely no idea what type of aeroplane I'm flying on today. Gem Air don't have any sort of published timetable. You have to ring them, figure out what time the flight's going, and then just show up at that time. From what I've seen online, they've got a fleet of all sorts of things, from Bryn Norman Islanders all the way down to like Cessna 172s and stuff, I guess depending on how many people are on the plane. Today, not sure how many are going to be on it or what type of plane it is, but we'll figure it out in a few minutes because I think the plane should be arriving soon, and then we can get on board. As I sat waiting to find out what plane I'd ride on today, I couldn't help but sit watching all the luxurious private jets coming and going from the FBO. But eventually, something far cooler turned up. This almost 50-year-old flying lawnmower is a Britten Norman Islander. It has all the charm of a rusty old Land Rover and the aerodynamic appeal of a garden shed, but when you're heading somewhere deep in the mountains, rides don't get much better than this. And so it was time to leave the luxury of the private jet terminal behind and head out to the plane. After sitting in a luxury lounge for half an hour, climbing in the back of a beaten up old pickup truck ought to feel like a bit of a letdown, but honestly this is where the fun was about to begin. The Islander might not be fast, but it is loud and it accelerates hard. We hurtled down the runway, rattling and shaking like a bucket of bolts, which is precisely what you want from a proper bush plane. The climb was steep and the view instant. We got a beautiful unobstructed look at Boise as we turned towards the real reason that we're here, the Idaho mountains. The distance is only about 130 miles as the crow flies, but by road this trip takes over 7 hours through winding mountain passes. We're flying over the heart of Idaho's wilderness here, a region so sparsely populated and rugged it's known as the largest roadless wilderness in the lower 48. Out here we're not tracking over towns or motorways, we are firmly in the land of bears and elks. This little Britten Norman Islander, our flying shed from the Isle of Wight, is perfectly suited for it. It's got fantastic unobstructed high-wing views, but more importantly it can handle the short, often primitive airstrips found scattered throughout this enormous wilderness. Unlike commercial flying, mountain flying is entirely hands-on. The pilot's constantly navigating the local thermals and downdrafts. This is old school flying. You rely on your eyes, the windsock and raw skill to get you through these mountain passes safely. Wow, this scenery is just absolutely incredible. Genuinely worlds apart from the flat plains down near Boise, Idaho. Like 20 minutes further north we're at this beautiful mountain range.
From there we flew over the ominously named Frank Church River of No Return wilderness. At 2.3 million acres, it's the largest contiguous protected wilderness in the lower 48, and it's completely roadless. Gem Air and airlines like it are absolutely vital here. They serve as the essential lifeline for these remote communities. In the winter, the roads can be completely shut off, making the flight the only way to move people, mail and vital supplies. You're not just flying on a rare route, you're flying on a piece of critical infrastructure. As we began our descent, we were following the path of the Salmon River, known as the River of No Return. The town of Salmon itself sits right in a valley surrounded by the beautiful Lemhi and Bitterroot ranges. It's beautiful, but landing here means negotiating those high winds and mountainous terrain. As our flying lawnmower began its final approach, it was time to see what it was like landing a 9-seat transport plane in the middle of Idaho's most rugged landscape. And with that butter-smooth touchdown, we'd put the vast roadless wilderness behind us and reached our destination. After 90 minutes in the air, we finally made it to the remote valley floor of Salmon, Idaho.
Just right through that door.
Amazing, thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Thank you.
Alrighty then, welcome to Salmon in Idaho, up here in the mountains. We're not too far from Montana, just the other side of that ridge over there is Montana, and you sort of get over towards Wyoming way over there. Tiny little airport. This is the only scheduled flight in here, twice a week, one on a Monday, one on a Friday. And that's it, down to Boise. Anything else, you've got to get a private charter or you've got to drive, which is the quandary I'm in right now because I've got to get back to Boise tomorrow morning. So we'll figure out how that's going to go in a little while. But Gem Air are the operator of these flights. They've got Islanders, they've got Cessna Caravans I can see parked out here as well, and a ton of other little planes as well. Aside from this one flight a week though, Gem Air connect all of the tiny communities up in the mountains here of Idaho, so you can charter a plane and head out to some little remote bush strip somewhere on the side of a mountain or on the side of a river or something like that with Gem Air, and they will take you there. Just hanging around now waiting for my ride into the hotel. You basically give them a call when you arrive here. There's no Uber out here, clearly. There's no taxi service or anything like that. I've got to wait for the hotel to come and pick me up and take me down there. So that's what we're doing right now. We should jump in a shuttle bus shortly, hopefully, and head down to check out the delightful town of Salmon. To give you a bit of an idea, by the way, of how little this airport gets used, it doesn't even make it onto the list of least used airports because it's not big enough. Now you tell me that that's not a small airport. Nonetheless, though, it's such a lovely little place, and the beautiful scenery behind me is just absolutely incredible. What a place. It's only October, yet up here in Idaho it's already hoodie/sweater season. It's down to like single digits in Celsius today here in Idaho. It's freezing cold. Best outing of the year for my hoodie, by the way. I'm sure it won't be the last. We've got colder places than this to go to over the next few months, let me tell you.
Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you very much. The drive into town takes about 10 minutes. Salmon's got a population of just over 3,000 people, and it genuinely has a real Wild West frontier atmosphere about it. The town sits right on the Salmon River, famously nicknamed the River of No Return. This area is historically tied to the Lewis and Clark expedition and has always been a key spot for gold mining and outfitting expeditions into the wilderness.
Actually, we'll help you get checked in there.
Amazing, thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
Thanks, have a good rest of your
You
day.
too, thank
Thanks.
you.
Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Checking in?
Check it in, please. Thank you.
This room is halfway down this main hallway.
Okay.
It's going to be on the right-hand side.
Amazing.
Breakfast times and then Wi-Fi password is right in there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, thank
Let
you.
me know about tomorrow.
I will do. Yeah, I'll give you a call down and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Alrighty then, welcome to the Stagecoach Inn in
Salmon, Idaho. It's pretty much the only hotel that there is here. There ain't a lot else here, but what it does have, oh my goodness, look at this. There's my view out over the Salmon River. Well, I'm guessing there is salmon. That might be why it's called Salmon and the Salmon River and everything. What an absolutely beautiful part of the world. This is my hotel room here at the Stagecoach Inn. $200 a night for this room. Not amazing, not brilliant, but it's not bad either. We've got TV and everything here. We've got a bed down here. We've got a fridge. Is there anything in it? No. Good job I brought those beers from up in Boise that I bought last night. And then we've got the bathroom here. We've got here we go. There's a shower and a toilet. So getting into Salmon was one thing. Getting out of Salmon now is now the issue, because the airline that I flew on only have 2 flights a week. It's another 4 days to the next flight. I need to be back in Boise tomorrow. I can either drive out, which is an issue because there's no one-way rental companies here. I think there's like a local company and that's it. They're not going to let me take a car to Boise and then just leave it there. The other option is that I have to take a private flight, and that's what I've had to do. So yeah, I've had to book a private charter tomorrow to get out. But that's okay, because you know what? I'll let you know the costings and everything at the end. But up here it's not so bad, because it's kind of the only way you can get around is by private plane. So to get to a lot of these smaller places, you have to book a private plane to take you there. It's the only way in and out, really. So tomorrow morning we'll be doing that, if I can get a taxi back to the airport, that is, because well, there is no taxi service here and the shuttle doesn't start until after my flight leaves. So let's see how that goes anyway. I'll have to call the company up, I guess, and figure out what we're doing about getting there. But let me sort that out, and then we're going to have a wander around the town of Salmon, explore what's here. Right, I figured we're going to have a little look around the town of Salmon and see what is here. We've got a night here and then in the morning flying back out. I've just spoken to reception. I spoke to the company that's flying me out, and they've pushed my departure back by 15 minutes so I can get the little ride over from here, which is quite fortunate, because there is literally no other way of getting around this town. No Ubers, no taxis, no buses, no nothing. So it's either that or it's a 3.5 mile walk, which at 7 AM doesn't sound the most fun option. So we're sorted, I think. Anyway, let's go and explore the town and see what's here. So this is the Salmon River, after which the town of Salmon is named. Or is it the other way around? Is in the town of Salmon named after the river Salmon? I'm guessing either way that there's salmon involved. Which incidentally, little fun fact for you, there is a famous musician. His name's Bob Marley, and his favourite fish in the world is a salmon. He even wrote a whole song about it. With salmon, I hope you like salmon too. Listen again, that's what the words are. Maybe Bob Marley himself came here. Maybe that's why all the Alaska Airlines planes have got Bob Marley on the tail, because he was such a fan of salmon. I don't know. This is such a nice little town. It's like a little Wild West town almost, but right up here in the mountains of Idaho. It's so nice. They've got everything here, all these little shops and bars and places like that. I'm just expecting to find a taxidermy shop on the next corner or something, you know. It's proper nice up here. And lots of pickup trucks. I'm in heaven, absolute heaven. There's one there as well. Now, spending time out there deep in the Idaho mountains, you realise just how good it feels to be truly disconnected and off the grid. You're a long way away from the chaos of the big city, and quite frankly, a long way from anyone who cares what you're up to. But while I might have physically been out of range of civilization, the truth is that our personal data's never truly off the grid. And that's the problem I rely on Incogni to solve. See, while you're focused on booking a rare flight, companies called data brokers are silently gathering your information. Things like your name, your home address, your email, and even your political affiliations. They build these detailed profiles on you and then sell them for profit. And unfortunately, that data often ends up in the hands of scammers and fraudsters. Now, I don't mind sharing my travel routes, but I do draw the line at my personal details being sold like a used car. Incogni's the digital bodyguard that handles that mess. It's an automated service. You sign up and Incogni works on your behalf, reaching out to those hundreds of data brokers and demanding that they remove your personal information from their databases. Best of all, they don't just do it once, they do repeated removals, taking your data down if it pops up again, and that's why the yearly subscription is so beneficial. So if you want to protect your privacy and take back control of your information, join me. Use the link in the description below and my code Noel Phillips to get your exclusive discount off an Incogni plan. Right, with the logistics of digital security sorted, it was time to appreciate the logistics of the natural world. After the day's noise and spectacle, the night offered its own kind of reward. Looking up at the Milky Way stretched clear across the sky here, you realise what it truly means to be so far away from city lights. I spent far too much time shivering and watching the night sky, wishing the morning flight wasn't quite so early.
Well, good morning from Idaho. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's still pitch black dark outside. It's only just starting to get a little bit light in the distance there. Crazy how far north we are when it starts to not get light until this time of day, isn't it? But anyway, it's time today to get across to the airport, because to get out of Salmon and back down to Boise, well, I have to take a private plane because, well, it's the only way that you can get out. If you're visiting, there's no rental car places here where you can just jump in and do a one-way rental down to Boise, because there's no national chains here that let you do that. And I don't think the local company is going to enjoy me just taking a car and dumping it down in Boise, like 4 or 5 hour drive away. But so the only other option really is to get this private plane, which isn't too bad. I'll tell you a little bit how much it's cost for this. But up here, it's kind of the way you have to get around when you come out to these small towns, because, well, aside from driving, that's the only option you got to get in and out. And a lot of places you can't even drive to, you can just fly in and out. So that's what we've done today. So we're going to head down to the airport. I'm not sure what sort of plane it is that I've booked. It's the smallest one that they had because it's only me. So I don't know. I imagine it like a Cessna of some kind. It might be. We'll have to see when we get down there what they're actually going to give me today for my ride down to back down to Boise. But I've got my bags packed. I'm ready to go. Let's just hope we can get to the airport now. Hey. Hi, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Checking out.
Okay.
This.
Do you need a receipt?
Email's fine if you're able to drop it.
Thank
Thank you. This should go in the back if that's okay, yeah. Cool, I'll just place this on here then. Thank you.
And so with the shuttle ride back to the airport, it was time to say goodbye to the beautiful town of Salmon and find out just what ride I had in store for my flight back to Boise, and more crucially, if it was worth the money. We pulled up to a hangar that looked even more rustic than the one I'd flown into.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
And here's my ride for today then, this Cessna 206. Just one engine and room for a couple of passengers. No check-in today, just a quick handshake with the pilot and we're ready to go. The benefit of a charter is no waiting, your plane's ready to go whenever you are. Plus, of course, you can ride in the front if you want to. With the engine fired up, it was time to take my own personal flying taxi back to Boise. Flying from the front seat is a spectacular reward. We are retracing the entire route that we took the day before here, but this time the pilot's working exclusively for the view. This is pure low-level mountain flying at its best, a final, unobstructed tour of the most rugged, beautiful landscape in the American West. But let's talk about the price of this extraction from Salmon. The total cost for this one-way last-minute charter flight from Middle Fork Aviation came to exactly $1,200. Now, most people would hear $1,200 for one passenger and think that that sounds astronomical, but you have to remember what this little Cessna 206 can do. For a single-engine plane charter, it doesn't come much cheaper than this. This money buys more than just a ticket, it buys flexibility and access. This plane's a workhorse, delivering people and supplies to remote mountain strips. When the alternative's being stuck for 4 days, this charter becomes a priceless lifeline. It's a stark transition. 1 minute you're over roadless wilderness and the next you're joining the landing pattern for a major international airport. This little Cessna 206 though handles the mountains flawlessly and it got us back there right on time. Now, as this was a charter, I had the choice of which FBO I wanted to use in Boise, and I chose Jackson Jet, the very same one that we started at. It's the easiest for ground access and it's just a short walk from the main passenger terminal. With my extraction finally complete, it was time for the last part of the journey, settling the bill.
Great to meet you. Happy flying back.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Have a good flight back anyway, and yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah,
all right, thanks a lot. See ya.
All right, then, welcome back to Boise, Idaho. They gave me the choice of which FBO I wanted, so I asked for Jackson Jet because it's not too far to walk from the passenger terminal on my way back. But anyway, that was Salmon, Idaho, Gem Air. Amazing little flight up there. What an amazing couple of days up there in Salmon, Idaho. Such a beautiful part of the world. I really hope I'll be going back there at some point because it's so nice up there. Anyway, I'm off to get my flight home now. Thanks again so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Take care and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.